Good afternoon, sir. I'm Cadet Charles Latimer. Today I will be discussing a squad ambush, a linear squad ambush on a North Torbian infantry platoon that is approaching from the south up towards our forces in the north. The purpose of this brief is to tell how we will eliminate them using a linear squad ambush. So we started the ORP and conducted leaders recon, and based on what we've seen, we've come up with spots for the security, support by fire, and assault forces. So the first force that will be put in place from the ORP is this first security team. The first security team will be placed on elevated ground next to the road, facing north, just in case anything were to come down this way. It's going to consist of a rifleman and a grenadier, and it's going to be facing north up the road. Its sectors of fire are basically from the tree line to the other tree line up the road. Once they're in place, we will put in the second security force, which will be facing this other road instead of 345, just in case the enemy were to approach from this avenue. Their sectors of fire will be from essentially the north side of the road to the south side of the road, and their job is to make sure nothing comes up that way. This will consist of an automatic rifleman and a grenadier. The next force that we're going to put into place is the support by fire force, and that is going to be on this elevated piece of land right here, coming down from this mountain within this tree line, so that we have cover and concealment. This force right here is going to consist of the machine gun team that we're given. It's going to consist of another just regular member of squad, which is going to act as another assistant machine gunner, so he can hold ammo. He's also going to hold an AT-4, just in case we need to take out a CSK 141. And then it's also going to consist of alpha team leader, so that he can take control of the team and direct them and communicate with me. Their sectors of fire are essentially going to be from about 50 to 100 yards to the east of the choke point, which is where the road intersects, and about 50 to 100 yards to the right, right where this building seems to end, to the west of the choke point. The next force that's going to go into place is the assault force. That is the last force to go into place, and it's going to be again on another elevated little point from this mountain or elevated land in the tree line, so they also have cover and concealment just like all the other forces. This element right here is going to consist of an automatic rifleman, me, the squad leader, and it's also going to consist of the Bravo team leader. Our sectors of fire are going to be just about at the west end of this building that the support by fire's sector of fire ends, and all the way to about where this little compound or building lines up to the west of the choke point, or the enemy should be ambushed. It's also important to note we will be putting down claymores right around this choke point right here, where the roads intersect, along this area on the north side of this road facing south, so that we're not blowing up claymores into our own friendly forces. It's also important to note that one AT-4 is going to go with the support by fire team with that assistant machine gunner, and then the other one's also going to go with the security team right here, just in case there were to be some kind of armored vehicle that comes up this way that they wouldn't be able to handle by themselves otherwise. So the kill zone is essentially about 50 to 100 yards to the east of this choke point right here where the roads intersect, and it's going to go to the end of our lines of fire for the assault team to the west of the choke point, about 100, 150 yards. It's going to be split into two sectors. So the first sector is going to be for the assault team to have their lines of fire, and then the second portion of it's going to be for the support by fire team to having their lines of fire, and that is the kill zone. So after the support by fire team has opened fire on the enemy, and we've set off the claymores and taken out the CSK 141 with the AT4. The assault team is going to go through, finish through the objective. They're going to conduct EPWs and take any prisoners of war. Just after, we are going to extract from the area as fast as possible and go back to the ORP. So that's going to consist of the assault force going back to ORP first. Next to exit would be the support by fire team, which is going to exit to where the ORP was. And then both of the security forces are going to exit to the ORP. They're the last ones to leave. So this concludes my brief.